Hey Jason, here's a quick video for you on the changes that I made to your amp. This is a low power, high power switch. It works the same way as it did before. Difference being there's not a tube rectifier in there. I had to use the tube rectifier power supply in order to support the internal switching option. And I did try to keep both of them, but every time I would turn on the power supply with the rectifier going, or turn on the rectifier with the power supply going, I mean the electronic switch going, it would take out the electronic switch. So I had to make a command decision there, and since you wanted this to be a 2-channel lamp, I had to get rid of the rectifier. However, this is a low power, high power type switch, so it will give you 50 watts on low power and 60 watts on high power. Not a lot of difference, but when you need just a little more headroom, such as for your clean channel, there it is. Not much different as far as everything else is concerned. Along the control panel, I did change the volume control here to be a solo boost, and I will demonstrate that first. I've got the solo boost set. It's actually an on-off switch, so when you turn it on, it shows up at about 2. It starts at about 2. So from 2, it's pretty much at 0, and I'm going to move it up just a tad bit there. So when I hit the foot switch, which I already have connected to the connector on the back, then you'll hear the volume go up. This works for the master volume, and the master volume is only associated with the overdrive channel. Overdrive here, clean down here. Switch down is clean, switch up is overdrive. And there's a little bit of pilot light here. It's not going to show up under these bright lights, so because it's not very bright anyway, but in a darkened situation you would be able to tell that it was on. The light comes on when it's on clean. Guitar input, foot pedal input for switching channels. The channel switch for the switch for the solo boost to turn it on and off is on the back. Okay, let me get this line back up now. I will plug in the guitar. I've already got the volumes set, and I will just demonstrate the solo boost. Get my guitar going here. Okay, solo boost off. Solo boost on. Solo boost back off. And it can make some damage happen here. Again, solo boost off. So you just preset what you want as far as a percentage of increase there, and you'll get it when you step on the switch. Alright, so now I am going to pull the switch out of the foot switch control on the back for the solo boost and plug it into the channel switch. There we are. Now, before I do that, we're on overdrive, and moving the toggle switch to the down position puts you in clean. pushing it up puts you back into overdrive mode. There's a little bit of a quick volume boost, and then it settles back in. It's the best I could do with it. There was a couple of issues. One was there was some noise coming from the foot switch power supply, which I had to filter out, and that is primarily the culprit for this jump right as you change channels. Going from overdrive to clean is very smooth. It doesn't happen because I didn't have to filter that part of the power supply. I tried it with a relay. It did the same thing. So and there was another problem with the relay in that there was noise in the clean channel when you turn the overdrive on. So that's the reason I went to this electronic relay type switching. The mechanical relay was just not working for us. All right, I'll plug in the foot switch and demonstrate the foot switch. I got it in overdrive mode. I need to switch it to clean mode so that the foot switch will work. It won't work if you have it in overdrive mode. It has to be in clean mode for the foot switch to work. Okay? Okay, we're in overdrive. I will see, it was in clean there, but when I plugged it in, the switch was overdrive. So I will change the switch. You should see the light come on. Light comes on the switch when, let me back this up just a little bit. Light comes on the switch when you're in clean mode. And it's also on here on the front when you're in clean mode. Like I say, it's going to be hard to see this light because of all the other lights in it, but there we are. It's on when you're in clean mode, off when you're not. Okay, we're back in clean. All right. See the light on the foot switch, and I ordered you a foot switch with an LED light on it for this particular channel. Ordered you another one, but it doesn't have a light on. That's going to be for the solo boost. All right, you see it go off when you're in overdrive, on when you're in clean. Most people want it the other way around, but since you put such an emphasis on clean, then I made it on in the clean mode. To overdrive. And I don't have the volume up on my guitar, or we get a little more out of that, but here we go. Back to clean. So there you have it. That's about all there is to that. The other thing that you'll notice, and I'm going to include both sets of tubes, but I did replace the KT66s in it with a pair of KT88s. The KT88s are biased for, again, 50 watts on low power, 60 watts on high power. The KT66s won't quite do 60 watts, so that's one of the reasons for KT88s. The other reason for KT88s is that the KT88s have a much higher threshold so you can turn the amp up louder without them breaking up or distorting. If you would rather have that, then put in the KT66s, but be aware the KT66s will have to be biased. There's a dual bias control inside the amp, but they will have to be rebiased before they're usable. I don't even know if they'd come on, because these KT88s require such little bias and provide such high output. They are capable of producing 50 watts per tube, but the transformers in this amp will not push them to that. Okay, man, let me know if you have any other questions. Bye-bye.